Good evening, I'm KHU11 Meteorologist Chris Ramirez, and as we look at our weather story for the next few days, we will see those warm temps continue for tonight and into tomorrow. However, the rain returns Friday evening into the early hours of Saturday, all thanks to the arrival of a cold front, and we're expecting a rather sharp change in those temperatures as we go into our weekend, but temps are pretty warm out there in the 60s and 70s. As we look at overnight lows dropping into the 70s, these are the temps you're going to see as you head out the door in the morning. Keep an eye on that fog, especially along our coastal areas, as well as those wind speeds are also going to diminish other than like what we saw today. So high temps tomorrow still topping out at around 80 degrees. Areas along the coast likely to be in the 70s, but areas north of town up to 75, Navasota 74. As we look at Friday's forecast, we're going to start off with those temps in the low 70s with patchy fog. Isolated showers will be in the picture through the noon hour, at least lasting into latter half of the afternoon. So we're tracking two systems. This first front that we see just north of us, this is not really going to make it this far south. It's this system right here that you see over the Four Corners region. It's bringing some snow and rain out towards New Mexico. But of course, as we look at the weather pattern for the next few days, we are expecting that arrival of that second front to continue sweeping into Texas. That's going to bring some snow showers up near Colorado and portions of the Texas Panhandle. But this could also bring our fair share chance of thunderstorms as we head into the early hours of Saturday. These are going to be the highs for Saturday afternoon, only topping out in the 50s. As we take a closer look at what we're expecting to see in terms of rain chances, we could see isolated flare-ups of isolated storms as we get into Friday afternoon, but keep an eye on those storms north of town. As this front moves closer, that's going to increase that thunderstorm risk for us here across the area as we head into around from midnight, at least until 3 a.m. And then eventually that storm chance will be diminishing through much of Saturday morning. However, the severe threat is marginal. This is a 1 out of 5. This is really just showing that we could see maybe an isolated strong storm here and there anywhere here across southeast Texas. More of that severe threat is going to be to the east of the Houston area in Louisiana, but future wind gusts. So for the folks that are running that 5K race on Saturday, we are expecting those winds to continue to gust at least between 25 and 30 miles an hour for Saturday morning. And just keep in mind, in downtown Houston, in between those skyscrapers and buildings, wind speeds could be a little bit higher than this as the wind funnels through those buildings and then eventually diminishing by Sunday. So as we look at our 5K race for Saturday, temps are going to start off in the upper 50s. We will fall into the mid 50s by 9 a.m. Eventually, winds still gusting up to 25-30 miles an hour. We will get up to about 56 by 11 a.m. So it's going to be a pretty chilly and breezy outlook for those folks that are running the 5K race. However, for the Chevron Houston Marathon on Sunday, conditions are going to be ideal. I heard this is perfect running weather. We're going to see those temps in the 40s. Partly cloudy conditions getting up into the 50s by 10 a.m., noon hour 57. The good news in this is that we are not expecting those wind speeds to be as strong as what we're expecting to see on Saturday. So we're going to see that chill with wind speeds a little less. Looking at the drought conditions, we are expecting drought to start spreading in and across the South Houston area. We're seeing this, you see the dark orange colors showing that severe drought now spreading and becoming a little bit worse, all thanks to the lack of rain that we've experienced for the past couple of months. And so temperature outlook, temps are going to be around normal for us for once, at least for the next few days after this cold front arrives. Usually for this time of year, high temps here in Houston only topping out, they usually are supposed to top out in the low 60s, and we're going to be around that seasonal normal as we go into much of next week, and then eventually warming up into the upper 60s for Wednesday and Thursday. As far as your 7-day forecast, at least one more warm day for Friday afternoon with high temps getting up to 80 degrees. That cold front arriving in the overnight hours Friday night into early Saturday morning. That could bring a few thunderstorms with it, so be on the lookout for those storms. At least have one or two rays to receive weather alerts, because we might see a strong storm here and there, especially if you are along the coastal areas from League City to Galveston. And then colder and breezy conditions on tap for Saturday. Marathon day getting up to 62 for a high, but those morning temps are going to start out in the 40s. We will see those 40-degree temps to start out our days as we go into much of next week, with high temps eventually warming up into the upper 60s by next Wednesday. So we are expecting a little bit of a pleasant outlook by the middle of the week, but a chilly weekend ahead of us, all thanks to another cold front. And as always, you can find the latest weather forecast on KHU.com and on the KHU11 weather app.